The biggest misunderstanding about attraction is the belief that it's something you can extract from another person through effort, persistence, or clever behavior. When men hear the word obsession, they imagine control over someone else's feelings. That's not how the human mind works. If you're interested in calm authority, grounded confidence, and real psychological dynamics, not internet myths, subscribe to Calm Kings. Let's talk about what actually causes a woman's attention to lock in, sometimes even when initial interest was low, and why it has nothing to do with convincing her of anything. You know, attraction doesn't really grow from pressure. It grows from emotional tension that feels safe. When a man tries to win interest through persistence, compliments, or, just being overly available, he actually collapses emotional tension. What creates fixation instead is, contrast. Not because it feels chaste, but because it feels something unfamiliar and unresolved. The moment you stop trying to be chosen, your value recalibrates. When you stop orienting your behavior around whether she's interested, something important shifts. People don't obsess over those who want something from them. Emotional self-control is the foundation of influence, not charm or confidence displays. A man who doesn't rush to respond, doesn't escalate emotion unnecessarily, and doesn't collapse when interest isn't immediately returned, communicates strength without announcing it. That composure creates psychological weight. When you don't chase, her mind begins doing work you used to do. She may not consciously think about it, but internally her mind starts asking questions. This isn't manipulation. Obsession is really unresolved curiosity paired with emotional safety. When you maintain boundaries, emotional clarity, and self-direction, you become someone who feels safe but not accessible on demand. This is why men who are disciplined, purposeful, and emotionally regulated often receive, disproportionate attention without even asking for it. Boundaries quietly but surely reshape how others relate to you. That structure, it forces others to decide how they relate to you rather than just assuming unlimited access. Many men confuse intensity with impact. Emotional legibility, it really builds trust. This applies everywhere. You cannot force interest, but you can become psychologically compelling. Men who are engaged in meaningful work, who regulate their emotions, who speak deliberately, and who move through the world without urgency, they create contrast automatically. They don't need to withdraw strategically or provoke reactions. One of the strongest displays of internal dominance is how you respond to disinterest. That independence is deeply attractive, even if it doesn't immediately change outcomes. The real shift happens when you stop trying to affect her mind and focus on mastering yours. When your attention moves inward, toward discipline, purpose, and emotional clarity, you stop leaking energy into outcomes you can't control. People respond to those who are internally ordered. The goal was never obsession. If this kind of psychology resonates with you, measured, ethical, and grounded, subscribe to Calm Kings and share this video with someone serious about long-term personal development.